This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So today, I'll be talking about a question or a statement someone said to me. They basically said to me that Trump is single-handedly dismantling foundational Black American rights. He's dismantling stuff. He's taking away stuff for Black people, and he's cutting it, and we are affected by it. That's what they said. And my question was, what exactly is he taking away? And then I said, when was the last time the Congressional Black Caucus has ever presented anything, passed anything, or done anything for foundational Black Americans? To the point that we should be scared or we should be frightened of the work that Donald Trump is doing at this present time. So I did a little research, and it didn't take that long, but I will share it with you. I went to ChatGPT and I asked the question because, ChatGPT is pretty good with gathering resources and also directing you to the information. Okay. So they also send you to the information and everything. Like, they just try to give you as much information to support whatever it is that you were looking for. And so I asked the basic question: please name significant legislation that the Congressional Black Caucus has passed in 53 years to benefit American freedmen. And I put freedmen in there in particular because I didn't want there to be any kind of misunderstanding on what the hell that I was saying or who I was talking about. So let's get on to the answer. I'm sorry. And this is what it answered, because I asked in 53 years because I'm 52 actually. So I wanted to go a year before me so I can clearly document it, what was being done and what has been accomplished by the Congressional Black Caucus. And this was the answer. In over 53 years' history, the Congressional Black Caucus has played a pivotal role in advancing or advocating for legislation aimed at advancing the rights and well-being of African Americans, including American freedmen. Now see how it says African Americans and then say including American freedmen? Let's go. Notable legislative achievements influenced or supported by CBC include District of Columbia Home Rule Act 1973. So, okay, evidently this was a federal city. We know that DC is a federal city. And basically Black people consumed Washington, DC so much that they put in the Home Rule Act in 1973. Now keep in mind, they were established in 71. I mean, the founders came about in 69, 71. They were ratified as a caucus. So the first thing they did was do the Home Rule Act in 1973. This act granted limited self-governance to Washington, D.C., allowing residents to elect their own local government. Perhaps the local residents at that time were concerned about things that were going on locally, and they wanted a little bit more control. So they established this in 1973, and I believe Eleanor Rose Norton, right? I don't know her whole name, Eleanor or whatever her name is. Today, she's still there, and she's talking about rights for illegal aliens. All right. Now let's go to the next thing they did. They established the Martin Luther King Jr. Day. CBC was instrumental in the campaign to recognize Dr. King's birthday as a federal holiday, honoring his contributions to civil rights and social justice. So that's all they gave us, was a holiday. That's called symbolism. That is not tangible. That's nothing to benefit black people. The first thing was pretty decent, but you still had limited. And as you can see today, in 1973 to now, it's been gentrified to a whole new group of people. Okay. Number 3, this is the third thing they established, was in 1986. Now imagine, we went from 73, we're now at 86 now. That's a whole, 13 years? I was a freshman in high school. A whole 13 years, basically. And this is what we had from the Congressional Black Caucus since 1986. Comprehensive Anti-Apartheid Act. The Congressional Black Caucus played a significant role in the passage of this act. It was so significant, making sure something get done for people in South Africa, which imposed sanctions on South Africa to protest its apartheid policies and contributed to the eventual release of Mandela. So this was on black people's backs. I remember during this time. It was a big thing about South Africa. Remember, we had "We Are the World," all that. We had all music. We had artists, everybody that sold out for South Africa. And today, their tethers that live in America will undermine you and call you nigga. Okay? And just to think, now the boys coming over here. So we're going to have to set them straight. All right. Commission on the Social Status of Black Men and Black Boys Act. Okay, think about it. I was born in 72. Already, this is my whole lifetime right here. We've already gone through all my years of high school, all my upbringing, and CBC has done nothing. But then finally, in 2020, we're talking about 2020, bro. 2020, 5 years ago, the Commission on the Social Status of Black Men and Boys Act 2020. This legislation established a commission to examine social disparities affecting black males and recommend policies to improve their conditions. Okay, what were those recommendations? What were those findings from this commission? Remember, we ain't got no other commissions but this right here. This is the only commission that they brought out and came out with in 2020. And remember, CBC was established in 1971. And we still don't have nothing that came back from that boys, because can't nobody tell you about it. But I guarantee you, they were earmarked millions and millions and millions and millions in dollars of salaries that went to that. Okay? And guess what? We didn't get it. George Floyd Justice and Policing Act. This seemed like common sense, right? You put your knee on a motherfucker's neck for 9 minutes, he died, right? So it's just something that came out in his name. Regardless what people going to sit here and act like, he was on drugs and he was on... Listen, man. If anything else had happened and he died, they would have went with that. But the mere fact that this man had his full weight of his knee on a man's neck, and you saw the way he was, bro, you got to go to jail. I'm sorry. Okay, drafted by the Congressional Black Caucus members, this bill aims to address systematic racism and police misconduct. While it passed the House, it did not become law. So this was effortless. And guess what? To this day, nobody talks about it. It's not even popular. The only thing that's out here punching is gay rights. This is who Democrats have totally sold out for. And all the black people from 73 to 2020 are now tethers and coons. They ain't even coons, bro. They're just straight tethers now. All right? You have a few coons in there, but you got people like, young Congress people running in the hallways and making dance videos. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They got time to do that. They got time to sit up here and defend illegal aliens. But look. I'm showing you their resume. And in the last paragraph. Additionally, the CBC has been strong advocate for HR 40, commission to study and develop reparation proposal For African Americans Act. For African Americans Act. African Americans Act. Remember, I told you in '88, Jackson made this. Jesse Jackson came up with African American. Before that, we had just sat there. Think about this shit for a second. In '86, we had just set out for Apartheid Act. In '86. In '88, Jesse Jackson pushed for us to be called African Americans. So then these motherfuckers come over here and say they African American. Ain't that some shit? And they just totally just pushed us out. And now today, the CBC is talking about foreigners and shit. I am showing you exactly what happened. I'm bringing it to you. I'm giving you my purpose to inform the people. And then the last line say, look, the George Floyd Act was drafted by CBC members. The bill aimed to address systematic racism and police misconduct. And the last line says, or the last sentence says, while it passed the House, it did not pass law. So, like I said, it was effortlessly. Talking about HR 40, my bad. So HR 40 been going on for so long, bro. So long. It's called the African Americans Act now. See? Which seeks to examine the impact of slavery and recommend appropriate remedies. Introduced annually since 1989. I was a junior in high school. We skipped all the way over that and came back to the Commission on Social Status of Black Men Boys Act. And nobody's mad in Congress. This legislative efforts underscore the CBC's commitment to addressing issues permanent to African Americans and promoting equal justice, equality and justice. It's the bullshit. We ain't behind nothing. The CBC, Congressional Black Congress, has done nothing. These people are out for themselves. This is an extra pay stipend to be in these little committees and commissions. See all the money that go to these little stupid acts. Yeah, that's why they're getting that money out of the U.S. aid. Right here, they're getting paid. It pays to be a tether and be in Congress and say that you are for freedmen, that you are for foundational black. And you talk to a black congressman today about freedmen, they'll spit on your feet. Because to them, they're not even freedmen. So I'm going to leave it at that. You know, in closing, I just want to say I have presented to you basically the resume of the Congressional Black Congress. And this document, this came off Chat GPT. So, I mean, hey, if they lying, tell me it's a lie. Tell me that it's a lie. Show me that AI has been wrong. Tell me this is wrong. And for all you shills out there and all you coons and tethers who continue to spread and say that Donald Trump is single-handedly dismantling all black people rights. And I just showed you right here, okay, so he's dismantling, what exactly is he dismantling that Congressional Black Congress Democrats have asked for? Because the George Floyd, it's not a law. The commission, I mean, we heard you talk about it the other day. I ain't heard nothing since. But you sat up here and talked about, you know, you sexually deprived, I don't know, something. You said something about sex. I don't even know what it is because you didn't get a chance to finish it. And I just think it's belittling. It's belittling and undermining of intelligent black people because this is what they assume, that we're all just peasants and we all live on the street. We're out here shooting everybody. That's all the people that's up here. And young people. I just showed you this documentation. All you out there aspiring Democrats. I showed you this, brother. I'm not. I am an independent. I choose to be because the Democrats aren't selling anything good for a black family. Just like any other group, they would say, "Are they doing anything good for me or my group?" No. Just like Kamala said, no. Am I gonna do anything good for black? No. So let's leave it at that. I leave it up to you to ingest and respond. Please like, also subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 700. I'm trying to make it to 700 subscribers. Please assist me. It costs you nothing to like these videos. This is information. You may not like it. It's all good if you don't like it. But for those that can tolerate the truth and appreciate it, by trade, I'm not a journalism, but I do know that I'm going right down the middle. I'm just reporting what I see, man. And when Trump comes up with the bullshit, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.